Guys, it's Mock Draft Monday. Oh my gosh, I almost said that name incorrectly. Mock Draft Monday, guys. So we're going to go ahead and take a look and do a mock draft for the Cincinnati Bengals. We do this every single Monday. We started, I think, 9 or 10 Mondays ago. And we do this every single Monday, just going through, breaking down some possible picks, some possible players that I think they would go with. Again, not everyone's going to agree with me. Some people would disagree with my picks. Some people will agree with my picks. Some of my videos, mock draft videos, I went a little crazy in, okay? And went a little different. So, stay tuned with me, okay? So, in this mock draft, we have an interesting scenario. And this might actually happen in this upcoming in this upcoming draft. J.C. Latham out of Alabama, the tackle being taken pretty much every mock draft, is actually taken in this scenario. He is not available at pick 18, which means Fuga is the best tackle available in this scenario. 6'6", 334 pounds. If you did not see my offensive tackle video, where we broke down all the offensive linemen, make sure you check it out. It's a really good video to talk about all the offensive linemen, their strengths, their weaknesses, you know, what's good about them, what's bad about them, what they need to work on. So, Fuga is definitely one of those guys who is really good. He's a really good tackle. Now, he played mainly right tackle in college, and I really have no problem with taking him in this scenario, or we could go with Mims. Now, personally speaking, this might be me. People are going to disagree. I like Mims over I like Fuga, personally. I just like Mims a little bit better. I think Fuga might be the better pick in this scenario, but I think Mims is probably my pick I go with. But here's another thing. Kool-Aid is available right here. 6'1", 195 pounds from Alabama. He is the difference maker in this draft. He is a cornerback that could change up a lot of things on our defense. He's great in run support. He's also a great coverage corner. He can do a little bit of everything. And losing Von Bell and Jesse Bates last year, well, you get now 2 years ago at this point, we haven't been able to replace that level of run support in the guys that we have. Jordan Battle's been playing amazing. Dax Hill's been playing great. But at the end of the day, there's really no replacing Jesse Bates and Von Bell unless you get somebody who is also a really good coverage and run support player. Kool-Aid could be that guy. And if we lose Cheeto this offseason, we need a rotational piece. I'm going to make the argument why we should draft him here, but I'm not going to go away from an offensive lineman. I just can't. Like, I can't in good faith right now, not go with an offensive lineman. I'm going to go with Fuga. I love Mims. I'm going to go with Fuga here. But I'm just saying, Kool-Aid, if he's available in real life and we select him, I'm not going to sit here and be upset about it. Personally speaking, I'm not going to be upset about it. I want an offensive tackle, but if they truly believe that Kool-Aid's the best and they don't think he'll be available when he's available, I'm not against it. Now, in this draft, Chris Jenkins got selected to the Saints. The Saints took our J.C. Latham and they took Chris Jenkins. Why do the Saints hate me? The Saints are just taking all the players I want or normally take. They're trying to make this draft a new mock draft, which I appreciate, but still. So now we're talking about, again, I've talked about him many times from Oregon. Duelist, great defensive tackle. Again, we need as many great defensive linemen as we can at this point. We're potentially going to lose DJ Reader. So have a replacement for DJ Reader. It's not going to be exactly a replacement, but it's going to be good enough, in all honesty. I'm not taking a cornerback from TCU. We've already talked about that to great lengths. Could you go Wingo here from LSU? Absolutely. He is very much the same as our last guy here. Now I'm thinking about what I want to take at this spot. I don't want to take tight end. I don't want to take tight end this early. I have a couple tight ends I like and are potentially going to take. And it's probably going to be Cade Stover. But I'm not going to take him yet because he's at least a third or fourth round pick in this draft. Maybe go with, and sorry, I forgot to turn my face cam off. Could we go wide receiver? I know one of the mock drafts we talked about recently, Xavier here there was some talks about possibly getting him at this spot. And I don't think he's a bad option. And again, we do need a wide receiver. If we let T. Higgins go, this spot's going to be a wide receiver, right? If we let T. Higgins go, this will be a wide receiver spot. I think we'll fully think we're going to go ahead and franchise tag him. But if we let him go, this would be a wide receiver. You know, I wouldn't be against an edge rusher. Right now, I'm between these two guys. And I'm probably going with the defensive lineman just because of the fact if we don't bring back DJ Reader. Again, keep in mind, if we bring back DJ Reader, all that stuff goes out the window and we're fine. But if we don't bring him back, then yeah, that would be where I would go. Going Cade Stover. As long as Cade Stover actually goes to the NFL draft, I did see someone comment down below and say that he's going to go back to college. I haven't read anything about that, so if you do have something about that, leave a link down below in the comments, and I'll read it. Because I looked it up, and there was nothing about him. We covered him in our tight end review video, and there was nothing about him going back to college. All right, 4th round here. Ugh. This is limbo land, I want to call it, because this is where I feel like there's a lot of players you could go with and kind of geared toward. And there's some positions I personally want to go with myself, right? Just based on the fact of where I want to look. And I think Jackson is going to be our guy here. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Jackson here out of Oregon. Go with cornerback. 5th round here. Not going with him. So we went Cade Stover, right? See, the thing about this draft is I'm not against the idea of going with two tight ends. But James Williams here, 6'5", 215 pounds. Not really great in run defense, but a great coverage guy. We're going to lose Nick Scott because we're probably going to cut Nick Scott this offseason. I'm not against taking a flyer on him in the 5th round. 6'5", 215. I mean, you can't teach that. That's an athletically gifted frame. I'll say it like that. Very much athletically gifted frame. Actually, I'm not going running back here. What I'm going here is interior offensive lineman. And this might be a spot where I take just a guard or something. And just kind of see, you know, maybe they pan out, maybe they don't. So I'm just going to take a guard here. Just as a rotation of anything. Or maybe like competition with Cordell Volson. You know, I'm not against 2 tight ends this draft. I'm really not against it. We take one early, take one later, and have kind of a 1-2 punch here. This is where I would like to take a linebacker in some capacity early, in the 7th round. I usually take Brent. This is usually my guy I always take in the 7th round here. We're going to change it up, though, because we only took 2 tight ends. I'm probably going to go with maybe an offensive tackle. I'm just looking at that point, like, for rotational purposes. No, I'll take another corner. I don't think they'll take 2 corners, but potentially. They give me a B-, and I don't think that's really that bad. They don't really like the Cade Stover pick, and I think the reason why they don't like this is because I could have probably gotten him in the 4th round. I think I took Cade Stover way too early. Way too early. I could have taken him in the 4th round. I just didn't want him to drop too much. He was the next tight end off the board, so I was kind of scared for that reason. I think the guard pick, I like it a lot. I really like the high upside of James Williams personally. They love my second tight end pick. The linebacker pick, B-, and then C+ for the cornerback. Cornerback, I don't think they're going to take 2 corners in this draft. It's possible they do. It really depends on who is the best player available. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.